Gone was Yiddishkeit, that religious world of our fathers, and how we longed to move forward, to become more modern, more American. But we remain stubbornly Jewish, our gestures too wide, our voices too inflected. Who were we, and what were we? Real Jews? Real Americans? Let the scholars decide. We just wanted to live.
In our town of Horwath, or Horvath, we are absolutely positively in love with God. A synagogue we have, and a bathhouse, and a rabbi who has traveled to both Minsk and to Pinsk, though Pinsk he disliked. And Minsk also he disliked, except for the strudel. And one day, in the middle of winter, a man, a poor hapless man, came into our town, lugging on his back a box big enough to carry his wife if he had one. M. Aronson, fine brushes, it said on one side of the box. And M. Aronson, fine brushes, it said on the other side of the box. In gold letters, no less. A peddler, cried Levinsky. A schlepper with a beard. A sneak thief, a ganath, may he swallow venom, may he digest pork, may he choke on his own phlegm, said Katz. And look, gentlemen, he observed, like a sultan he strolls into our best hotel. Impossible, cried Levinsky. A peddler in a good hotel is like a horse in a chair. What kind of chair, said Katz. An armchair, said Levinsky. A sofa. How do I know what kind of chair? What kind of chair? And so we argued then about horses and chairs and whether a horse is even able to sit. But in the meantime, the peddler, M. Aronson, was nowhere to be seen. So we waited for 1 hour, then 2 hours, then 3 hours at that hotel. 5 hours went by, 6 hours. The sun beat like a hammer. A peddler who don't peddle, said Katz, is like a cow in a chair. What kind of cow, said Levinsky. A cow, said Katz. You want a list? What kind of cow? So we stood and we waited some more. But after a while we turned, of course, to our favorite subject, God, the true master of the universe, and the coming of the Messiah, which should be soon. He will come, said Levinsky, hidden in a cloud. Hidden, said Katz, in a cloud? He's bashful? He's ashamed to be seen? Impossible. He'll appear exactly how he is. And you know, said Levinsky, exactly how he is. At least, said Katz, my wife isn't fat. And they almost came to blows. But perhaps the Messiah is already here, I said. Who knows, he could be anyone, the rabbi, the butcher, even that peddler Aronson. Aronson with the fine brushes, cried Levinsky, that's a Messiah? But he's short, said Katz. Could the Messiah be short? Why not? He could even be bald, God forbid. Certainly, said Levinsky, my cousin Gershom is bald and he owns 10 cows. Again with the cows, said Katz. So what is he up to, our Messiah, I said. May he fall in a well, said Katz. Of boiling water, said Levinsky. Do you think, said Katz, that he's really the Messiah? Stranger things have happened, I said, but I couldn't think of one. Gentlemen, I said, consider. He came here, this Aronson, in the dead of winter. That's a good point, said Levinsky. Now, who comes to Horwath, or Horvath, in the dead of winter, I continued, with the ice and the snow? And did you notice, I said, that box he was lugging, and what was written on it? Words, said Levinsky. Of course, words, I said, words. But what words? M. Aronson, fine brushes, those were the words. You wanted the Talmud, said Katz? And the letters, I said, the letters were written in the brightest gold. They were more of a yellow, said Levinsky. Not yellow, yelled Katz, yellow. They were wheat-colored. But ripe wheat, cried Levinsky, and we all agreed on ripe wheat. Now think carefully, I said. A man comes into Horwath, said Levinsky, with the name of Aronson. M. Aronson, said Katz. Exactly, I said, M. Aronson. Now what I ask you does the M stand for? For Meshuggah, said Levinsky. Meshuggah, I shouted. No, the M stands for Moses, our dear Moses, who God called to Mount Sinai. And the Aronson stands for Aaron, his holy brother. And the chicken stands for soup, said Levinsky. And the brush, in fine brushes, I said, stands for the bush, in burning bush. And the color of that bush's flames? What else? Gold, the exact color of the box's letters. It was more of a yellow, said Levinsky. Wheat-colored, said Katz. But ripe wheat, said Levinsky. Ripe wheat, striped wheat, gentlemen, I yelled. M. Aronson is the Messiah. He's right, said Levinsky. When he's right, he's correct. But Katz was not convinced and went running into the hotel. Finally he comes out, does Katz, with his arms bulging, loaded with brushes. Big brushes, little brushes, even brushes that brush brushes. Katz, we yelled. Katz, is M. Aronson really the Messiah? The Messiah, said Katz. He's the Messiah like my tuchas is the Messiah. But brushes he can really sell.